Alan Rickman, the velvet-voiced chameleon of stage and screen. Alan Rickman, 1946–2016, remains one of the most distinctive actors in modern performance history, an artist whose velvet baritone, incisive intelligence, and magnetic stillness shaped some of the most unforgettable characters in film and theater. His legacy is woven from a rare combination of classical training, emotional honesty, artistic bravery, and a career trajectory that blossomed unusually late, but left an imprint impossible to erase. Early life, the foundations of discipline and artistry. Alan Sidney Patrick Rickman was born on February 21, 1946, in Acton, West London, into a working-class family. His mother, Margaret, was a homemaker, and his father, Bernard, worked as a factory worker and decorator until his untimely death when Alan was only 8. That early loss, though devastating, shaped Rickman's introspective and resilient nature. Raised with 3 siblings, he learned early the value of hard work and emotional self-reliance. Rickman discovered his artistic inclinations at a young age. Gifted with a natural sense for design and aesthetics, he earned a scholarship to the Chelsea College of Art and Design. Later, he attended the Royal College of Art, originally intending a career in graphic design. Before he ever performed professionally, Rickman co-founded a design studio called Graffiti with Friends, a job that honed his precision, discipline, and visual sensitivity, qualities that remained part of his approach to acting all his life. Yet the call to perform kept tugging at him. At 26, much older than most applicants, Rickman applied to the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art, RADA. He was accepted, beginning a transformative phase of classical training that would lay the groundwork for his commanding vocal and physical technique. While studying, he supported himself by working as a dresser for Nigel Hawthorne and Ralph Richardson, timeless British legends whose influence further shaped his understanding of theatre. From stage to stardom, a late-blooming breakthrough. Throughout the 1970s and early 1980s, Rickman worked extensively with the Royal Shakespeare Company, RSC, and in a variety of experimental and repertory productions. He performed in plays by Chekhov, Shakespeare, and modern playwrights, gradually building a reputation for his razor-sharp wit, emotional subtlety, and ability to convey immense depth with minimal movement. His breakthrough came in 1985 when he originated the role of Vicomte de Valmont in the Royal Shakespeare Company's production of Les Liaisons Dangereuses. His portrayal of the seductive, manipulative aristocrat electrified audiences and critics alike, showcasing his ability to embody charm, cruelty, humor, and vulnerability in a single breath. When the play moved to Broadway in 1987, Rickman reprised the role, earning a Tony Award nomination and catching the attention of Hollywood. It was the perfect doorway into cinema. The silver screen, a villain who redefined villainy. Rickman's film debut was nothing short of iconic. In 1988, he played Hans Gruber in Die Hard, a performance now considered one of the greatest villains in action film history. His restrained menace, dry wit, and sophisticated presence elevated the role far beyond genre expectations. Importantly, Rickman approached Gruber not as a caricature, but as a man with intentions, intelligence, and style, setting a new standard for blockbuster antagonists. In the years that followed, Rickman became known for characters with complex emotional layering, precision of speech, and quiet power. He portrayed the Sheriff of Nottingham in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, 1991, with a deliriously dark, almost Shakespearean flamboyance, turning the villain into a cult favorite. His delivery of lines such as "cancel the kitchen scraps for lepers and orphans" revealed his unmatched ability to blend menace with comedic timing. But Rickman was far more than Hollywood's go-to villain. His talent stretched across genres, from Ang Lee's Sense and Sensibility, 1995, where he delivered a deeply tender performance as the Honorable Colonel Brandon, to the romantic comedy Love Actually, 2003, where he depicted moral ambiguity and marital strain with painful realism. Severus Snape, a role that defined a generation. In 2001, Rickman took on the role that would immortalize him for millions of people, Severus Snape in the Harry Potter franchise. J.K. Rowling entrusted Rickman with confidential details about Snape's ultimate arc, knowledge he protected fiercely and used to craft a performance that grows richer on rewatch. Snape became one of cinema's most layered characters. Icy but wounded, cruel but protective, bitter yet profoundly loyal. Rickman's performance managed to balance the character's mystery with subtle emotional cues that hinted at deep internal conflict. His final scenes in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Part 2, remain among the most moving moments in modern blockbuster filmmaking. Rickman transformed what might have been a simple archetype into a tragic hero, whose legacy shaped an entire generation's understanding of love, sacrifice, and redemption. Beyond the spotlight, a director, mentor, and fiercely private artist. Though widely celebrated for his acting, Rickman was also an accomplished director. His first feature, The Winter Guest, 1997, starring Emma Thompson and Phillida Law, showcased his gift for intimate, atmospheric storytelling. Later, he directed A Little Chaos, 2014, a deeply human period drama that reflected his love for subtle emotional themes and strong female characters. Off-screen, Rickman was known for his loyalty and warmth. He maintained lifelong friendships with colleagues like Emma Thompson, who considered him an anchor of compassion and humor. Despite playing intimidating characters, Rickman himself was soft-spoken, thoughtful, and famously generous with young actors. He often stayed after performances to give advice, encouragement, or simply a listening ear. For decades, he was in a committed relationship with Rima Horton, whom he met when he was just 19. The couple married quietly in 2012 after 50 years together, a testament to Rickman's deeply private nature and preference for emotional authenticity over public spectacle. Illness, passing, and the outpouring of global grief. In 2015, Rickman was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, a condition he kept private from the public. On January 14, 2016, he passed away in London at the age of 69. His death sent shockwaves across the world, prompting an outpouring of tributes from fans, co-stars, and artists. Emma Thompson described him as the ultimate ally, while Daniel Radcliffe emphasized Rickman's unwavering support for young performers. For many, Rickman's passing felt like the loss of a giddy presence, an artist who had, through roles heroic and villainous, shown the full complexity of human emotion. Legacy, the everlasting voice. Alan Rickman's legacy lies not just in the films he made, but in the artistry he embodied. Few actors could command a room with as little movement or leave such lasting emotional impact with a single line of dialogue. His voice, both literally and metaphorically, remains unmatched, rich, precise, expressive, and instantly recognizable. He lives on in the roles he transformed, the actors he mentored, and the millions of viewers who continue to hear his voice when they revisit his work. Rickman once said, "Actors are agents of change. A film, a piece of theater, a piece of music can change the world." Through performances that touched hearts, challenged expectations, and elevated every project he joined, Alan Rickman did exactly that.